Welcome, Queen. If you have ever replayed conversations after work, carried stress home to your family while everyone else around you thinks you're doing just fine, you are exactly who this conversation today is for. For those who this message resonates with, I invite you to share this message with someone else who you know needs to hear this conversation so that they know that it's okay to stop carrying everything alone. Because success should never cost you your peace. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but July is actually National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. And when most people hear mental health, they think therapy, anxiety, or depression. And while that's not wrong, it is incomplete. And that's why today I want to talk about something that we don't discuss enough. The hidden mental cost of carrying more than people don't recognize mentally. Because many high-achieving Black professional women and some Black professional men aren't falling apart publicly. They're silently carrying burdens no one sees. And one of the things I admire most about our community, meaning the Black community, is our resilience. We've learned how to work hard, press through, show up, figure it out, get the job done, smile, and just keep moving. And here's the thing, just because you can carry something doesn't mean you should carry whatever that something is, especially not forever. And it also doesn't mean that you were called to carry it forever. Because again, success shouldn't cost you your peace. So this month isn't just about mental health. It's about recognizing the unique pressures that many minority communities are carrying, are feeling, are dealing with, are experiencing day to day. First things first. Many Black professionals feel still pressured to work twice as hard just to receive the same recognition. Secondly, many Black professionals have to navigate code switching, hyper-awareness, and self-monitoring because these things are a part of their everyday life experience. And third, there are many cultural expectations to stay strong and carry on instead of admitting they are struggling. And individually, those things may not seem like a lot. They may seem minor, but together they can become quite heavy. And that's why something surprised me while researching this topic. I learned something that I had never knew before. Did you know that there is actually something called Black Women's Equal Pay Day? Yes, it's really a thing, and I didn't know. But it exists because, on average, Black women have to work months longer just to earn what white or non-Hispanic men earned the previous year. And that's more than a statistic. That's a conversation. Because when someone has to consistently and continually work harder for less, it affects more than a paycheck. It affects emotional well-being. It affects stress. It affects decisions. It affects households. It affects communities. And it impacts futures. And we feel this in our Black community, in our Black households, even though we may not be speaking about it publicly or day to day with others. It is a reality that we live, and that reality becomes a silent weight that impacts us internally, which then manifests externally. Meaning, mental health doesn't exist separately from financial pressure. Sometimes financial pressure becomes emotional pressure. And I know many of us were taught, be strong, stay strong, keep it together, hold it together, don't complain, handle it. Pray about it. What happens in this house stays in this house. But here's the question I want you to consider. Who's checking on the person that everyone depends on? Because sometimes high achievement can hide burnout. People assume you're okay because you're still functioning as if everything is okay, meaning you are still performing. But performance doesn't always equal peace. But the thing is, success should never cost you your peace. And one of the greatest misconceptions we can have about success is this: the belief that success automatically creates peace. It doesn't. Money can solve financial problems. Influence can open doors. Recognition can create opportunities. But none of those things quiet your mind when you are alone with your thoughts. Peace is built, and again, success should never cost you your peace. As someone who teaches conversations, I believe one of the most powerful things we can do is this. This month, normalize asking better questions. Not how's work. How are you doing? Not are you good? But what has been taking the most emotional energy out of you or from you lately? Those are different conversations. And different conversations create different relationships. And this week, that's why I have what's called for you a peace conversation check-in. Ask someone you trust these 3 questions. Number 1, beyond work, how are you really doing? Number 2, what's been carrying the most weight in your life recently? And lastly, number 3, how can I best support you this week? Do you need me to listen? Do you need me to bounce ideas off of? Do you need me to possibly provide solutions? In other words, how do I best show up for you to assist you to carry the load? Because sometimes that can mean simply being present. Sometimes people just need to know that we are there because our presence makes an impact in their lives and for their lives. And sometimes it's the conversations we have that truly change everything. And especially as Black professionals, I do not believe we are simply called to just survive. I don't subscribe to that at all. I believe we are called to steward our lives well. This includes our purpose, our relationships, our conversations, and yes, our mental well-being. Because again, success should never cost you your peace. If this conversation encouraged you, don't keep it to yourself. Send this video to one friend, one coworker, one family member, one person you've been thinking about while watching today. Then schedule a 10-minute conversation, not to fix them, not to solve their problems, but to simply let them know they don't have to carry everything alone. And before you leave, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Tell me, what is one practical way that you protect your peace while pursuing purpose? Because it's not a this or that. It's a both and. Because success should never cost you your peace. As always, I'm CESAM telling you that 24 hours doesn't seem long, but in 24 hours, you can change your life. So go ahead and do something life-changing now.